At what mileage should you change the oil in your vehicles, friends? One Toyota Tundra owner who says he had 37 trucks and trucking company for 35 years says he learned to change the oil in his vehicle's engines at these mileages that I'm about to tell you and has prevented engine failures despite Toyota's recent decline of Tundra reputation. His name is Imad. Imad says, actually, he commented under my previous video about a 2024 Toyota Tundra owner whose truck's engine failed after 7,000 miles. I will have the link of that article and video in the description of this video. So he says, I can tell you from owning a trucking company and owning 37 trucks on the road at one time for 35 years, that changing the oil that comes in an engine at 1,000 miles is the smart way to do things, regardless if the engine is diesel or gasoline. Everybody should do that to get rid of any shavings that are left from assembling the engine. I've done that on my 2022 Toyota Tundra at 1, 3, 6, and 10,000 miles, and now I change the oil every 5,000 miles without fail, regardless what the dealer have advised me that Toyota recommended. On a twin-turbo engine, the oil loses viscosity much quicker than normally aspired engine. I have 21,000 miles on the truck now and the engine runs like a champ. Change the oil, folks. This is like the blood in your veins. Oil is the blood of your vehicle's engine. Regarding Toyota engine failures, I'm not saying that Toyota didn't screw up, he says. But if you have changed the oil before all that debris is run through the rings, nothing would have happened to the engine. This is where his comment ends. So making your first oil change in your Toyota Tundra after 1,000 miles, then 3,000, then 6,000, then 10,000 miles, and then he recommends doing it at every 5,000 miles regularly. That's an interesting perspective. It's true that frequent oil changes can benefit your engine in some ways. Here's a breakdown of some points to consider, friends, before you go with this. Early oil change. While some car manufacturers recommend an initial oil change at 1,000 miles for severe conditions, Toyota's recommendation for most Tundras is typically longer. However, in my opinion, this is personal opinion and I'm not a car mechanic, there is no harm in doing an early change for peace of mind, especially if it makes you comfortable like it has for this guy with his trucking experience. Braking period. Modern car engines generally have tidal tolerances and less need for extensive braking periods compared to older models. Following the manufacturer's recommendations during this time is usually sufficient. Now, oil viscosity and twin-turbo engines. Imad is right that twin-turbo engines can put more stress on oil, potentially breaking down viscosity faster. However, Toyota uses high-quality oil designed for these engines and recommended intervals should account for this. Following manufacturer's recommendation. Now keep this in mind. Toyota engineers design their engines and oil change intervals specifically for their vehicles. Following their recommendations ensures proper lubrication and helps maintain your warranty. So what's true about Toyota Tundra may not be right for Ford F-150 or Ram 1500 truck. Thus, try not to pass the car manufacturer's oil change recommendation. You can change early if that makes you comfortable, but not late. So I think at the end of the day, the decision is yours. If frequent oil changes work well for you and your experience gives you confidence, then there is no reason to stop. However, it's important to be aware that Toyota's recommendations are based on extensive testing and are perfectly safe for your Tundra. In my personal opinion, I like the idea of changing the first oil at 1,000 miles and then 3,000 miles to clean whatever is left in the engine, the shavings that are left there maybe at the assembly of the engine. This is Armen Harayan from torquenews.com. If you like this report, give us thumbs up, please, and let me know your experiences. How often do you change the oil in your car? And if you remember, when was the first time you changed the oil in your vehicle? Please mention the vehicle's year and the model, and we'll look forward to reading it. I'll try to comment as much as possible. God bless you, everyone. See you soon in our next report.